Hi everyone, welcome to Pockets of Spaces. Now I know this is my first video in nearly 2 years, but there were some technical issues in the last 3 months, especially I was facing. And in the last 3 months, I had some videos ready to upload, but there were constant technical issues with my editing software. Then I faced it with my internet, and due to that, I just couldn't get the job done. Now I have a software which I'm using quite well, and it will allow me to have more consistency in the way I upload my videos, and I will be more quicker, more efficient in that. But with the Premier League starting now, my video is going to come thick and fast with the Champions League and also regarding the Indian national football team as well. Let's get on with today's video. 5 underrated players that could light up the Premier League. Now, why I've put the word underrated in it? Of course, we all are very excited to watch Grealish for Man City. We are very excited to watch Sancho for Man United, Varane for Man United, potentially Lukaku if he goes to Chelsea, potentially Kane if he goes to Man City, Van Dijk back for Liverpool. There are so many reasons, high-profile reasons to be optimistic. But there are some very good, very, very effective players, and some new signings, some non-new signings, but some very good players that have gone under the radar because of these high-profile transfers. And these are the 5 players that I'm going to talk about today. Now, these 5 players are a huge reason behind why I'm so excited to watch this season. So let's get on with it. And the first one here will be Ben White. Now, Ben White is a player who was stunning for Leeds United in their promotion campaign. Then he went back to Brighton because he was on loan at Leeds from Brighton. Brighton received a bid for Ben White reportedly for £30 million. For Brighton to reject that kind of bid is huge. They did. Graham Potter is a possession-based coach. He loved Ben White, as did Marcelo Bielsa. But Brighton decided to keep him. Under Graham Potter, he played in a back 3, he played in a back 4, he played as a full-back, and he played as a defensive midfielder. He played in nearly 3 to 4 different positions, but never really made any noticeable mistake. He got the job done because he's got a very good football brain, and it's actually surprising for a guy of his age. He's got a good jump, he's got a ton of pace, he's got a great passing accuracy. A good season with Brighton, and I think that's exactly what Arsenal need. Arteta is building a young project. A group of young players, exciting players that have got great potential. I think this season is going to be Arteta's last chance to prove himself. And I think Ben White's influence this season will have a huge say on what kind of season Arsenal have. So if Arsenal have a good season, I think Ben White will have a major say in it. Will have a major contribution in how Arsenal season goes. And I think it's a match made in heaven. His age, his potential, his ability right now, everything is so good, and I'm really surprised Liverpool, United, City, Chelsea didn't go for him. I'm quite surprised that these clubs didn't go for him because I think he's top class. In 4 to 5 years, I think he's going to be England's first choice centre-back, and it's just a matter of time before we consider him one of the best in the Premier League because I really love this kid. Now let's move on to the second one, which is a new signing from abroad this time, Leon Bailey at Aston Villa. Now, of course, we all can talk a lot about Grealish and how much Villa are going to miss him and all of these things, which is absolutely right. It was brilliant for them. But let's move on now. And I think we need to move on, and Leon Bailey is a big part of it. I watched Leon Bailey a couple of seasons ago in the Bundesliga, and he was on fire. Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal wanted him. Spurs wanted him. I think for the last 1 year, his form has gone slightly lower. But I think that's because of the constant transfer speculation he's surrounded with. And I think we all knew that this summer he was going to make a move. Aston Villa have signed a gem. Let me tell you, I've watched this guy. I think he's a brilliant player. He's the kind of player you give the ball to. If you see him 1v1 with the fullback in a situation, give him the ball. You see him in space, give him the ball. He will do the rest. Villa have got so many players in their team who can find a pass, who can play a pass through the lines, in behind the opposition. Buendia can do it. McGinn can do it. Douglas Luiz can do it. Leon Bailey is the kind of player that gets on the end of these passes, puts crosses in, cuts onto his stronger foot, makes things happen. Because I watched him quite a lot in the Bundesliga, I cannot be more excited to watch him in the Premier League. He might take some time to get adjusted to the Premier League, but I think he's got great ability, great potential, another young player, and I cannot wait to see him play for Aston Villa because of his unbelievable ability and pace that he has got. The third one here is Norwich's Todd Cantwell. Not a new signing, has been at the club for a few years now, but last time when Norwich were in the Premier League a couple of years ago, he caught my eye and I was really impressed with him. He was a brave kid. He tried the hard pass. Sometimes he lost the ball, but his reaction to losing the ball was always good. Last season in the Championship, when Norwich got promoted, he scored 6 goals, had 6 assists. So he's an attacking midfielder, but he's not a left winger. I think Sometimes he's being played on the left wing, and I think it's a wrong thing to do. He's a number 8 or a number 10. He likes to attack the box. He's a very typical English midfielder, but also has got great ability to find passes. 6 goals, 6 assists last season. Brilliant attacking gameplay. I think he contributes in every set of build-up play, which Norwich, because they play a very progressive style of football, he's almost involved in every set of it, and he allows team to progress the ball. Why am I excited so much with him this season? The reason is the main creator for Norwich City for the past couple of seasons has been Emi Buendia. Emi Buendia was the main guy as far as the creation is concerned. He used to play some good passes. He was the guy they used to look when they were struggling to create. Todd Cantwell was secondary. He was not the main creator in that team. This season, with Emi Buendia's departure, I think there is more responsibility on Todd Cantwell. And I love to see players given more responsibility, put under slightly more pressure. And I like to see how can they respond to that. Because I think Todd Cantwell has got great ability. I think it's just a matter of time before he makes a move to Everton or a Villa or a Spurs maybe. But I think this season, it's going to be a test for him. And that's why I'm excited for him, because he's got the ability. He is matured now. He's going to play in the midfield. And with Emi Buendia's departure, can he be the main guy? Can he take the responsibility and create chances for Norwich? Can he get them 38 points? Can he be the main man? It's going to be exciting to see. And another player that I'm very, very excited to watch. The fourth one here will be Leander Trossard. Now, he's a very talented player. I've seen him and he's so talented. His touches are so smooth. He's a small guy. Great center of gravity, very creative, very good to watch. But I think since he's been at Brighton, he has looked very silky, very smooth, very brilliant to watch. But I think his contribution or his effectiveness in the final third has not been great. But towards the end of last season, I think he played some of his best football at Brighton, probably his best form at Brighton. He said in an interview or a press conference that I want to score more and I want to have better numbers. And towards the end of the season, when Brighton were actually battling relegation for some time, he was brilliant. He scored a great goal against Southampton. He created a lot of chances. And he was pivotal for them avoiding the drop and having a good season at the end. This season, I think, after a couple of seasons in the Premier League, I think he has matured. I think he's understood the league. I think Graham Potter will play him in a more central position. I think that will get the best out of him because he's not a very quick player, but he's a very intelligent player. So I think playing him centrally will get the best out of him, instead of playing him down the left or right. But anyways, he's a very good player. You play him in any position, he'll get the job done. That's how good he is. Towards the end of the season, as I said, he picked up some great form. Now I expect him to continue that, to mature in a better player, to take more responsibility. And I expect Brighton this season to not be in a relegation battle. They have to finish 12th or 13th. A mid-table finish is expected. And I think Leander Trossard's form will have a huge impact on where Brighton finish this season because of how good he is and because I think Graham Potter really believes in this kid. The last one, which is the fifth one, is Brentford's Ebantone. Now, this guy was sensational for Brentford last season. His role in getting Brentford promoted was excellent. The guy had 41 goal involvements in 45 appearances in the championship. He was the main guy. He's quick, he's physical, he's a good athlete, he finishes really well, his movement is good. And I don't really fancy Brentford to stay up this season. But if they do, Ebantone will have to have an historic season. He will have to get 15 to 20 goals at least to get Brentford, to keep Brentford in the league. And I think still it won't be enough. It might happen that him scoring 15 goals might not be enough because I don't think Brentford have got the minerals to stay in the Premier League. But I'm very excited to see Tone because again, now this time more responsibility, more pressure, slightly more attention on him because of what he did last season. And that sometimes brings the best out of the players. And some players don't respond to that so well. So I think all the players I mentioned in this video, I've mentioned them in the same context. So I've mentioned them in the age category because of their potential and what their form this season could mean to their club's success this season and also for the future. So if their club have a good season, how much they can drag their club forward, how much they can improve. And some of them could get a big move in a couple of years. The likes of Cantwell, the likes of Trossard, the likes of Ebantone, I think is set to get a big move at least next summer. So that's all for this video and I hope you liked it. I hope you subscribe to my channel. My next video will be coming very soon. Enjoy the Premier League. It's about to begin. and I'll be signing off with this video. Jai Hind.